What's up, world? How y'all doing, world? What's going on, world? It's your boy, like Buck said. But anyway, I've been off for a couple of weeks due to time and waking up 5:30 in the morning, or 4 o'clock in the morning, and going straight to South Carolina from here. I'm trying to be on work on time, and for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been struggling on what to talk about in the janitor's closet. But I wanted to address some Saturday, was playing at a ball game. All fun for Kevin Glover's Hoops for a Cause, dedicated to his mother, Pearl Odom. A lot of y'all don't know Kevin Glover's stepbrother is a NBA or was a NBA basketball player, Grego. And that was, I believe that was Kevin Glover's mother's stepson. So he was doing something special for his mother. This is the second year. I've been told him, we talked over the phone for minutes, because he was very busy. We talk almost once a week, whenever we get a chance to, whenever he has something going on, and we talk. And I told him I really wanted to play Radio 1. I've been telling him that, and for some reason, I don't know whether it was a coincidence or whatever, but we ended up playing Radio 1. And it was all fun and games. We was out there playing. I had 6 players. They had like 20, 15, 16, 20. And we beat them. So I rubbed it in now with Radio 1, with anybody who knows me, knows never to let Chuck beat them in anything. Because you will hear it. Anybody who knows me personally. And I'm not talking about just, riding by or, walking by church and saying, hey, how you doing? How's your family? And going about your business. I'm talking about people who contact me, who constantly are talking to me, know if you let Chuck beat you, you're not going to hear the end, or you feel a certain type of way about letting Chuck beat you. So they didn't know that they were going to get that. They're still not paying attention to what I'm doing. None of them. I called out No Limit Larry. You think he's paying attention? I call out all of them. So I wrote a little statement, a little post about people who are sleeping on me, that are not paying me no attention. God just shows them in various ways. If you were at the game that I tagged you to, then you would know how Nuff said was talking about the disciples. He was calling us the disciples, and what Jesus's disciples missed a shot or scored a 3 or whatever. He was joking about it. But you wasn't at the game, so you don't know anything about it. But I say that to say this. You can't kill what's already in order. See, even regardless of what I have to say or how I say it, or whether you get offended or not, it was God's plan. So even if I wanted to give up, I couldn't give up, because God gave me the will and the order to do it, because all I asked for is His will. But if you don't know me, if I ain't seen you in 7 years, just because I left a certain location, or I invited you somewhere, you fell out with the church and, talked bad about the church and just went on about your life, and, you try to rebuild a relationship or rebuild trying to get to know the person, and the person ignores you or tells you not to contact them about coming to an event anymore, that's your loss. So anything that It's just like a cat having 9 lives, right? Let's say, you try to kill off the cat for the 9th time, right? And next thing you know, everybody leaves them for dead, right? And God brings it back to life. And you say, dog, he lived past 9 lives. I thought he was going to die. But God said, I brought him back to life. So in other words, this is not my plan, people. This is a movement for singles, people, which you're married, but this is a movement for singles. You can't kill off anything that's single, saved, and serious. Okay? You're single, you believe in God, and you're serious with your lifestyle, and you're serious about your relationship with Christ. You cannot kill that. You can inspire. There's somebody out there that's being slept on just like Cuz Love, for instance. Cuz Love comes straight from Alabama, got 2 hits on his chest, 2 singles that you ain't even heard of, and I've been posting them. And nobody's really paying him attention at this time. And you don't think I hear him? But I understand his struggle because I've been through that same struggle of trying to get people to pay attention, working, and trying to provide for your family. What else, cuz? Give me something else. Trying to get producers and record in the studio, trying to do all of these things. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes if you don't do nothing but work and go to school. Anybody can go to school. I can just quit and go to school. You don't need no support. You don't need people in order to go to school or study. You probably need 2 or 3 people in order to have a steady group, in order to study for that quiz or that test you might have next month or next week or whatever. So it's not as frustrating dealing with thousands of people. Anybody, you want me to study. I'm not a school person, but if you want me to come help you study, I'll come help you study. Anybody can do that. But there's a lot of work behind the scenes that people don't see. And so, therefore, killing the ministry but you continue to go. How many times you say, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? We need to get a strategy going. A lot of y'all don't know I manage Cuz Love, so I don't know how I'm killing a ministry. And if you ever heard his music, you'll be like, if anything, I'm living a ministry. But anyway, how many times have you come to me and told me, exactly, God runs this, but you still talk about your frustration on and on. You still talk about how frustrating it is. And I hear your frustration on certain things that are not going. And what I tell you, just hold on, just be patient, just keep going, blah, blah, blah. I try to inspire you, but I still understand what you go through. Versus somebody who's just going to school just to get a degree or just to get, certain things within their life that don't have to deal with people. They don't understand that. Frustrating about getting a new song. But anyway, like I was saying, you can't kill what God already has in order. I got to go to work. I was about to get into a zone, but I thank y'all for tuning in. We still doing this thing. I got Blues coming in at the conversation piece Sunday, July 23rd. And me and Blues, this is the first time we worked together. He worked with my mother years ago, about 10, 12 years ago, helping her as she was trying to help prisoners get jobs while they were in prison, preparing them for the real world while they were in prison. And thanks. She was preparing them, and me and Blues did we did and her and Blues built the relationship upon that. Thank you, cuz that's how you do it, baby. Because a lot of people who said I was going to kill the ministry going to look at this and see Reverb Nation and what you're doing. And I'm managing them. Killing a ministry. Janitors and another thing. Janitors can't be selfish. How can we be selfish? As many classrooms as we clean, as many trash cans that we empty, a bunch of trash. The only thing that we're missing out on is emptying trash of people running their mouths. Single, saved, and selfish. If you knew who I was, instead of just saying, hey, while I was at the church or whatever, and all three of you went to the same church, but if you knew who I really was, then you would know that the last thing I am is selfish. I'm going off of that. Blues the 23rd. The biggest birthday party ever. August 27th at the Conversation Piece. September 9th, the community event in Grill Heights. Single, Saved, and Serious is bringing the community event to Grill Heights. Single, Saved, and Serious is bringing a community event to Greertown. Single, Saved, and Serious is bringing a community gathering event to Greertown. August 5th, Single, Saved, and Serious Christian Lounge Experience Open House. Hip Hop Open House. Cuz Love is headlining it. Single, Saved, and Serious Christian Lounge Experience is bringing open house hip hop gospel to the Doghouse Bar and Grill. Doing things that churches are afraid to. Everybody don't go to church. We're bringing churches together. That was the thought 2 years ago. John Barnett talks about it. We got 500 churches. Where are the churches at whenever he protests? There's no churches from 500 churches in Charlotte, and the churches don't show up. We're inviting all 500, not the thousands of people to stay in Charlotte to come to one church for competitiveness. We're inviting all churches, all religions, even people that ain't of God, to see God where we're at. And you're telling me I'm killing my ministry? Get to know me. Get to know who you're talking to. What a difference a day make.